Be it politics, tourism, natural disasters, entertainment, breaking news and top stories, you can be sure that the eagle's eye of the reporter will certainly bring it to bear. Welcome to the reporter.
Hello there, welcome to the reporter. My name is Sifon Imo. In recent years, the increase in the rate of terrorism and financial crimes has not only become worrisome, but a distraction to world leaders. Millions of people die every day as a result of these heinous crimes. Terrorism, which is the use of intentional indiscriminate violence in order to achieve a political, religious, or ideological aim, is mostly classified by the military as a fourth-generation warfare and as a violent crime. Financial crime, on the other hand, is a form of theft that occurs when a person or entity takes money or property or uses them in an illicit manner with the intent to gain a benefit from it. These crimes most often involve some form of deceit, the abuse of a position of trust, which distinguishes them from common theft or robbery. In Nigeria, terrorism and financial crime has become a cankerworm that has eaten deep into the fabrics of society. To make matters worse, most of these crimes are committed by senior public officers who should be responsible and accountable to its populace. The result has been a people plagued with poor international image. The present administration, headed by President Muhammadu Buhari, when it came into power, listed the fight against corruption as one of its cardinal agenda. But many have approved his style of fighting corruption. Government, on the other hand, have complained about corruption in the judiciary as a major setback in the fight against corruption. Recently, the senior special advisor to the President of Prosecution, Barrister Ogbonnobla, hinted the media that the federal government has concluded plans to set up special courts for speedy trial of financial crimes and terrorism-related cases. According to him, government will come up with executive bill to be forwarded to the National Assembly for the establishment of a special court to try terrorism and financial crimes. Now the question is, do we really need a special court to try these cases? What does the law say about it?
When you look at section 15, sub 5 of the Constitution, it says that the states shall take all approach to abolish corruption and abuse of powers by government. And of course, we also avert our minds to item 60A of the exclusive legislative list, which also empowers the federal government to go further to establish an entity to also see how they can curb corruption and corrupt practices.
What are the advantages and the disadvantages of setting up these courts? Some students in the Faculty of Law, University of Uyo, reacted this way.
There's no point setting up another court to try financial case. The court already existed in Nigeria is enough for that.
Yes, it's necessary. People are really doing this. They are really there. They are staying there, and it's all right again to also keep them there. Some of them, we don't know if they are guilty.
We are in a democratic dispensation. The president never came out with something like a public opinion in which he will get the opinions of the masses.
Also, a visit to some legal practitioners in Uyo brought to bear the issues involved. The managing solicitor of Legal Emperors, Barrister Onyekachi Duru, lauded the idea of setting up a separate court to try these cases, but however pointed out the financial burden involved.
And I will agree that the courts are already saturated. The Federal High Court, where these cases are being tried presently, is already also saturated. So if you want to take out the jurisdiction from the Federal High Court and give it to a Special Crimes Court, it is going to create employment for most of the judges. We're going to have new judges. It's going to create a new form of practice for lawyers and also for other dramatist personnel that will be needed there. It is going to eat into the budget, especially when you look at the prevailing trends, economic trends. Government is trying to cut costs, running costs. So if government is setting up a new agency, that means there is going to be money needed to fund that agency, to pay for staff, to bring in infrastructure for the agency, to bring in necessary materials to enable the agency function. So it's going to deplete the budget further. But I must also point out that there is need for transparency in the system of appointment of the judges that will man those courts, should those courts eventually come into existence. Because if there is abuse of the appointment process, If meritocracy is jettisoned, then the whole essence of the anti-corruption and the whole essence of speedy dispensation of justice will be defeated.
Another legal practitioner, Barrister Fidelis Iteshi, a Golden Bridge attorneys and arbitrators, who gave us an insight on why most of these cases are delayed in court, suggested that the already existing court should be strengthened to carry out these functions effectively.
The delays you experience in court today is multifaceted. The lawyers contribute to the delays. The members of the public, the people who are brought before the court, also contribute. Our rules of procedure is a big burden. The rules of procedure allows a person who has been brought before a court to have adequate time and facility to prepare for his defense. Now, lawyers are to blame in most cases, because most lawyers actually come to court prepared. And once they know they are not prepared, they start to look for one subterfuge or the other, one excuse or the other, to get an adjournment. So it's actually adjournments, especially frivolous ones, that cause delay the trial of cases. What we really need in this country now is not setting up of special courts to try terrorism-related offenses or to try corruption and the financial crime-related offenses. What we rather need to do is to train and retrain our existing judges, so that rather than setting up, spending money, employing new set of judges, paying all their benefits for purposes of going into special courts, what you just could do is to empower the judges that are already on ground.
Whether a special court is set up or not, one thing is certain, that the judiciary is the last hope of the common man. From the Reporters Desk, I am Sifon Imo. Thank you for watching.